where I give you some help that you need to hopefully be successful. But based on, and you are going to jail. How old are you? 19. Shooting at houses at 19. Mr. Celestine, in cause number 24, DCCR 1303, you're charged with a third-degree felony offense of deadly conduct, discharging a firearm from April 27th of 2024. And how do you plead to that charge? Are you pleading guilty freely and voluntarily? And are you pleading guilty because you actually did what they've charged you with? I have here on the computer some documents that have your signature on them that the state has marked as exhibit number 1. Before you signed these, did you go over them with Mr. Lane? Do you fully understand them? Do you understand if I follow the agreement that you've made with the district attorney that you will be waiving or giving up any right to appeal? And it looks like the agreement that you've reached is for a 7-year deferred adjudicated probation. There would be a $500 fine, and you would be required to follow any and all rules and conditions of probation. Do you understand? Do you also understand, if you're not a U.S. citizen, that a plea of guilty or no contest may result in your deportation, exclusion from admission to the country, or denial of naturalization under federally? Find that you're mentally competent and you understand the nature and the consequences of your plea. I find sufficient evidence to find you guilty, but I'm going to reset your case for sentencing so that I can get the pre-sentence report from probation. That'll give me more information about you, your case, and then we'll come back later for sentencing. Before you leave the courtroom today, I am going to have you drug tested. And so I want you to have a seat over there in the jury box and let's get a drug test done. See if there's anything in your system. You've got Nathan Lamel, Mr. Lewis. It's a sentencing 24 DCCR 0826. Good morning, sir. You're Nathan Lamel. So before we go forward with Mr. Lamel's sentencing, I have received 2 of the reports from the drug patch. One was a positive for cocaine. One was a negative. I'm going to have a drug test done this morning before we go forward. Have a seat in the jury box. All right. So Mr. Lamel, you tested negative. Obviously, that's good. There have been some issues, though, it looks like, off and on. And so I will obviously take that into consideration with regard to sentencing. Again, has everyone had, I don't know if how much of this I went there. You pled guilty to evading arrest or detention with a motor vehicle, a third-degree felony, and I've reviewed the pre-sentence report. Everyone had an opportunity to do that. Any additions or corrections?
Only thing, Judge, there's some issue there from his statements as far as him not seeing the police. I think is what the PSI writer said that he said, or what was the issue. I believe from talking with my client, he was trying to explain the chain of events that initially, when he did not see them, because of course they say you have a high rate of speed, but of course at some point he did realize the officer was there. That's when he stopped and took off running. So he does understand what he's charged with. They're going to take accountability for.
Is that correct?
Yeah.
Anything else?
Which I would just ask, as the court usually does, that you consider JCDI at the very least based on the PSI. Obviously, there's not any type of program we can order on probation for drug dealing, but obviously that's of concern, as well as his possession of any firearm. That was a condition of his initial personal bond that you gave him, that he's not possessed any firearm, and that's still be imposed as is in the order to Officer G.
So, how old are you?
24.
You're 24 years old. You quit school in the 9th grade. You don't have a GED. You've got much hit the main parts. So how are you making a living now?
I'm actually looking for a job.
All right.
I'm still a job.
That's good.
In no type of space.
Okay.
Spending time looking for a job.
Where have you been looking for a job?
Like in all my airplanes, malls, McDonald's.
Mm-hmm. You know what would help you probably get a job?
Yeah.
Your GED. Right? It's going to be a condition of your probation. So you're going to have to get it. But it's not really meant to be some type of punishment. It's meant to help you so that hopefully you can get a job and help take care of your children, which to me, it looks like you probably need to quit having. You think it's funny? You're not taking care of these kids. Somebody else, you don't even know the name of one of your children. There's nothing funny about being 24 years old and having a 7-year-old, a 4-year-old, a 3-year-old, a 7-month-old, and another one on the way. Nothing funny about that. Someone's taking care of them. I would tend to guess that it's probably all of us, because you're not. The rest of everybody gets to help take care of your kids. Is that fair? Do you think that's fair? That you're not taking care of your kids? Do they? Yeah. The one that you don't know the name of, that one spends time with you? Okay. Obviously, you can tell this is something that is bothering me, right? It should bother you. It's time for you to grow up and make better decisions about everything in your life. Get a job, get your GED, actually financially take care of your children in a different way than selling drugs, and maybe really be a part of their life instead of prison, which is what could happen if you continue down the path that you're on now, right? So what I'm going to do, Mr. Lamel, is find that you entered your plea of guilty freely and voluntarily. Find sufficient evidence to find you guilty. However, I am going to follow the agreement that you made with the district attorney and defer all proceedings and place you on probation for 5 years. You're ordered to pay a $1,000 fine and to follow all of the rules and conditions of probation, which is going to include entering and successfully completing the JCDI program, which is an outpatient drug treatment program. You've tested positive, so obviously it's not just selling drugs, you're using as well. So you're going to get some help for that, and that is so that you can stay clean, get a job, do all the things we've talked about. You will start the GED process within 30 days of today. So it's not just whenever you feel like it. You start it, you stick with it, you get your GED as part of your probation. If you do everything you're supposed to on this probation, this is an excellent opportunity because you don't have a felony conviction. You get a felony conviction on your record, everything is going to be more difficult. Getting a job, live in certain places, all of that. So if you successfully complete your probation, at the end, the case is dismissed. You never have a felony conviction. The other side of that is if you violate any condition of probation at all, you can be brought back into court. You can be found guilty of the offense and sent to prison for up to 10 years. Do you understand? All right, I'm handing you the trial court certification that shows this was an agreement that I followed. And so you've waived your right to appeal. You need to have a seat here in the courtroom. Probation will call you up when she's ready to go over your paperwork. Mm-hmm.
Do I gotta keep it mental?
Yeah, for some amount of time. Whatever y'all think. I mean, if he's getting regularly tested at probation now, maybe not. Your probation officer will look at it and let you know. Okay? But until they tell you otherwise, make sure you keep it. That's for you to keep. All right. Mr. Celestine, Mr. Lane.
Okay. I'm going to see you on you.
So, Mr. Celestine, you tested positive for marijuana. When's the last time you smoked marijuana? Why would you have done that while you were waiting to come to felony court? Yeah. Well, here's the thing. You're making a bunch of stupid decisions. The first one was shooting up a house or being a part of that. But then you may enter a plea of guilty, and you're 19 years old. Part of your probation, I can almost assure you now, is going to include some type of inpatient program where I give you some help that you need to hopefully be successful. But based on, and you are going to jail to await sentencing. We'll get that PSI done. I am raising your bond to $200,000. Purpose of that is for you to stay clean, stay in jail, get the pre-sentence report done. You don't make any other stupid decisions that'll affect me going along with this plea agreement between now and then. All right, go back with the bailiff. Sure. Yes. With the drug patch, it'd be. Okay. Well,